Everyone, now I'm going to start with class 9 number system exercise 1E. I'll directly start with the exercise. Now I'm going to teach you how to add, how to multiply, how to divide, how to simplify irrational numbers. Okay, I've already made a video on that. In the previous video you can check. See, the logic is, if I have 2x plus 2y minus x minus or plus 5y minus or plus 7xy. Now 2x you cannot add with 2y. 2x plus 2y. You cannot add these two. You cannot add 2 and 2. Now, in order to add or subtract, you have to see the same variable. Power also should be exactly same. Now you check here, 2x, doesn't matter what is here. What matters is this x. Check for x. There is an x here. Okay? If nothing is there, there is a 1 here. So these two will be combined. 2x minus 1x plus 2y and plus 5y will be combined, and this one will be left as it is. Why? Because this is xy. Check this is xy. The concept is this only. While multiplying we don't check. While multiplying we don't check x and x. We don't check that. Suppose I say 2x into 5y. We don't check that. Okay, this is x and this is y. We cannot multiply these two. We have to write as it is. Not that. See, while multiplication we can multiply the number. 2 5s are 10 and x into y is xy only. Like this. We write this way while multiplication. Now when we start with the exercise, you'll understand better. Now see why I have given you xy example. You may be confused. While we'll solve the questions, you'll understand only. Now we are going to deal with irrational numbers, adding irrational numbers, dividing irrational numbers, simplifying irrational numbers. Now exercise 1E of Meghalaya board, other board also will get benefit. Question number 1 is add root 3 plus 2 root 2 and 2 root 3 minus 5 root 2. We have to add these two quantity. Let me add these two. Solution root 3 plus 2 root 2 plus, and we have to add these two, so plus sign. So 2 root 3 minus 5 root 2. So I will not be using any bracket here. Why? Because there is a plus sign. If there is a minus sign, use a bracket, because when there is a minus, minus also multiplies inside. Plus sign, when it multiplies inside, it remains same. The sign remains same. So equal to, now you check, root 3 plus 2. I cannot add this to it. I cannot add root 3 with root 2. No, it has to be same. Imagine that xy, root 3 and this one I have to combine. 2 root 3. Check inside one. Outside doesn't matter. Inside, root 3, root 3. Now this is root 2, this also root 2. These two will be combined. These two will be combined. Now I'll write together root 3 plus 2 root 3 plus 2 root 2 minus 5 root 2. If nothing is there, there's a 1 here, always remember that. This is 1 root 3 plus 2 root 3. So this becomes 3 root 3. 1 plus 2, 3. Root 3 should be written as, imagine x plus 2x is 3x. We don't add this inside part. It has to be left as it is. Plus, while adding or subtracting, it has to be left as it is. Plus 2, this is root 2, this is also root 2. So, root 2 will be there for sure. Let me just check what will be here. Plus 2 minus 5. Plus 2 minus 5 is minus 3. So, I don't need this one. This is minus 3. Minus 3 root 2. So, this is the answer. So you can pause the video to note it down. Remember, when you add, it has to be same. Root 2 with root 2. Root 3 with root 3. Like that. Now next, sub number 2, it is 3 root 3 minus root 2 plus root 5 and 2 root 2 plus 5 root 3 minus 7 root 5. So I'm going to add this to solution. First step is to insert plus sign. You insert plus sign, plus root 5 plus 2 root 2 plus 5 root 3 plus minus 7 root 5 equal to. Now I will search for root 3. So there is a root 3, this 2. I can combine these two. 3 root 3 plus 5 root 3. It is 8 root 3. Because this also plus sign, this also plus sign. I have to add 3 plus 5 is 8. Root 3 remains as it is. So minus root 2 and plus 2 root 2. Minus root, so I use different symbols so that you understand which ones I combine. Minus root, sign is also important. Minus root 2 plus 2 root 2. I told you there is a 1 here always, nothing is there, there is a 1. Minus 1 plus 2 is plus 1. Minus 1 plus 2 is plus 1. Plus 1, I told you to write root 2 as it is. So, no need to write 1. Now you check. Plus 5 plus root 5 minus 7 root 5. Plus root 5 minus 7. So, minus 7 plus 5 is minus 2 root 5. Inside 1 remains. You cannot combine after that. You just have to leave it. You cannot add this one. You cannot add 3 plus 2. It has to be left as it is only. Now this is done. This is how you add. Now you can pause the video to note it down. I will see question number 2, multiplication. Okay, multiplication. Question number 2, sub number 1. 3 root 7 by 2 root 7. Multiply this by this. So solution, multiplication sign, you have to insert multiplication sign here to root 7. Okay, now check, equal to. Now when you multiply, you can multiply 3, doesn't matter inside part is same or not, that doesn't matter. You can multiply outside, see. 3 into 2 is 6. Now root, there is a property here. Now root 7 into root 7. So this 7 and this inside also 7 you can multiply because it has the same root. This is square root of 7. This is square root of 7. When you have the same kind of root, you can multiply the inside one. But adding or subtracting cannot be done. It has to be multiplication, division. You can multiply or you can divide it this way. Now what happens here? 6. Now I can write 7 square. 7 into 7 is 7 square. I don't write 49 is 7 square. Now check that this is square root and 7 has a pair. Now square and square root get cancelled. Ultimately what we are left? 6 into 7. Inside 7 is left. So this becomes 42. 6 7s are 42. So this is the answer. Now I'll do next question. Sub number 2. Sub number 2. It is 3 root 28 by 2 root 7. Solution. 3 root 28 into 2 root 7. So you don't have to think. You can just multiply. Because multiplication, I already told you can multiply. 3 2s are 6. Root over 28 into 7. 28 and 7 I multiply. I will not multiply 28 into 7. I find out the factors. Factors of 28. Prime factors 28. I can write like this. 2 14 times. 2 7 times. So I can write 2 square into 7. For this, instead of 28, I can write 2 square into 7. Now into one more 7 is still there. I'm just writing as it is. Understood? 28 is what? 2 square into 7 is 20. This is for 28. And this 7 already there from beginning. Now what can I write? 2 square is there into 7 also has got a square now. Now it will come out, both will come out. 2 also will come out and 7 also will come out. Why? Because both has a pair. If it doesn't have a pair, it will remain inside. Now it has a pair, it comes out. Okay? Now 6 2s are 12, 12 into 7, 14, 8, 84 is the answer. This is how you multiply. Now next, I'll show you how to divide. So multiplication, division, same logic. Okay, you can multiply outside. Though these are different, you can multiply outside and you can multiply inside if the root is same. Square root, you can. Square root and cube root. Suppose I have here cube root of 3 into square root of 2. You cannot write 6 here. You cannot write square root of 6 or cube root of 6. You cannot multiply 3 to the 6. Why? Because this is cube root and this is square root. It cannot be done. Same root. Now suppose this is square root, it becomes 6. Suppose this is cube root of 3, cube root of 2, it is cube root of 6. 3 to the 6. Like this you can do it. Next sum, divide. Question number 3, divide. Divide 16 root 6 by 4 root 2. So I have to divide it. So first of all 16 root 6 divided, I'll write like this, 4 root 2. Now what you can do, you can cancel this rational numbers. 4 1, 4 4s are 16. Okay. Now what will I write? 4. Now this is square root and this is square root. So what will I do? 4 square root of 6 by 2. See, I am making one square root only because numerator also square root of 6, denominator also square root of 2. So both are square root. I will write inside one square root, under one square root only. Now what will I do now? I can cancel it. 2 1, 2 3. Now answer is 4 root 3 because root 1 is 1 only. Because square root goes to numerator, it goes like this. Square root of 3 divided by square root of 1 because denominator is 1 now. Now square root of 3 is square root of 3. Square root of 1 is 1. So anything divided by 1 is that number only. So this is the answer. 4 root 3. Sub number 2 you try by yourself. I'm writing down the question. Sub number 2 is 18 root 21 by 6 root 7. Okay, you can just try this one and comment to me. Divide, you have to divide, remember. Now I will solve next question. Simplify. This is simple exercise only, so I am not going to take much time to finish it. Simplify sub number 1. Sub number 1 is 5 plus root 3 and 5 minus root 3. I have to simplify this one. Simplifying, you have to check according to the sign. Simplify this means in between these two, what is the sign here? If nothing is there, there is a product into sign. Okay, remember that. So that means I have to multiply this and this. I have to multiply these two. But I have not simply multiplied. I have not randomly multiplied this one. Why? Because some pattern has been followed here. Now you check. There is a 5 and there is a 5 here. And there is a root 3 and there is a root 3 here. In between there is a into and there is a plus and one is minus. So it reminds me one identity, a plus b into a minus b. Last class I give you identities. A plus b into a minus b is nothing but a square minus b square. This and this has to be same, b and b has to be same, and if one is plus, the other is minus, and in between there is a product sign. A plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. This is identities. Now I'm going to use the same. A plus b, a minus b is a square minus b square. My a here is 5 and b is root 3. Now 5 square is 25 and this is 3. Square root comes out of the root. Remember, root 3 square means root 3 into root 3. And I already told you, whenever there is a multiplication, you can write 3 into 3. 3 into 3 means 3 square. Square root get cancelled. It has a pair. It can come out. Or directly, root 3 square means 3. Now 25 minus 3 is 22. So this is the answer. Now tell me, suppose I say root 3 to the power 4. Root 3 to the power 4, answer is nothing but 9. Root 3 to the power 4 means root 3 square into root 3 square. I can write like this. Or you can multiply root 3 4 times. Root 3 2 times will give you 3 into another root 3 2 times. If you multiply, it will give you 3. So 3 3s are 9. Or what you can say is root 3 to the power 4 is nothing but root 3 square into root 3 square. Root 3 square gives us 3. Root 3 square gives us 3. 3 3s are 9. Like this. This way also you can do it. If I give you root 7 to the power 8, or no, to the power 7 suppose. Now 7 is odd number, but I can erase like this. Root 7 square into root 7 square. Now 2 plus 2 becomes 4. Again root 7 square. 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 2 6. One more root 7 is left because its power is 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. Power 1. Now root 7 square is 7, root 7 square is 7, and root 7 square is 7, and one more root 7. So you multiply all this, that after that root 7 will be left as it is. You can multiply and check. 7 7 is 49, 49 7 you multiply right here into root 7. You cannot multiply this thing inside because root 7 is inside this root. You can multiply all this. This way you can do it. Next, sub number 2. Sub number 2 is root 5 minus root 2. Remember, we are doing simplification. So whatever is the sign which we come across, we have to see accordingly. So if nothing is there, there's an into sign in between these two. I have to multiply these two. Now how will I multiply? There is no any pattern followed here because earlier we had a plus b, a minus b, but this is completely different. Root 5, root 2, root 5 minus root 2 minus root 3, nothing is same. Okay, just root 2 same, but I cannot use as one of the identities here. Now what will I do? I will do simple product. So the product which I will be following, the trick is like this. Root 5 will multiply to both and root 2 also will multiply to both like this. Earlier cases also you could do the same. Root 5 bracket multiply to both means root 2 minus root 3 minus root 2 bracket root 2 minus root 3. Doing so, what will happen? See, root 5 should multiply to both. Now root 5 will multiply because in between there is a multiplication sign. Minus root 2 also should multiply to both. So minus root 2 multiplying to both. So you follow like this. This way is very simple. Now root 5 with root 2. Now check, there is a number. Number first outside. 1 1s are 1. No need to write. Root 5 into root 2. It is root 5 into 2. I can multiply this inside. Now plus sign now. Plus into minus is minus. 1 ones are 1 going to write. Root 5 into root 3 is root 5 into 3. I'll go to next part. Minus into plus is minus. Root 2 into root 2 is root 2 into 2. 2 into 2. Minus into minus is plus. Root 2. Now 1 ones are 1 going to write. Why I always say? Because there may be number here. 1, 2. There may be 5 here. 1, 5 here. 5 you write. After that you multiply inside the root. Now root 2 into 3. 2 into 3. See? Minus into minus plus. Check the sign very carefully. You cannot make mistake. Now factors, if I find out the factors of 5, it is 1 into 5 only. So it's pointless. So what will I do here? I'll write directly root 10. This is also pointless of finding out factors. Root 15 minus. Now you see root 2 into 2 is 2 square. It can come out of the root. It will become 2 only. Because it will be root 2 square. So 2 has a pair. It can come out of the root 2 like this. Plus this one remains as it is. So just arrange it accordingly. Now what will I write? This arrangement you can write this as it is only. This is the answer, you can write no problem. Plus root 6. Okay. Now plus root 10 minus root 15 and minus 2. This is the answer. Like this you can write no problem. Now last one more sum is left. If you are not understanding, just comment me which part you are not understanding it. So whatever videos I'm giving, please do share with your friends also, so that during this lockdown all will get benefit. Four minus root 5 whole square. I have to simplify this. 4 minus root 5 whole square. So solution, let me see. How do I deal with this one? Now whole square means 4 minus root 5 is multiplied 2 times. I will multiply 2 times, or what will I do? I will use a minus b whole square. Identity. Now remember that a minus b whole square is nothing but a square minus 2ab plus b square. Don't multiply square inside. Don't just shift this square inside. So it is a is whole square, remember, and there is a minus here. Does it mean that this square will go inside? It cannot go inside. So I have to use this property or multiply 2 times. 4 minus root 5 into 4 minus root 5 and follow the previous pattern. But here a minus b whole square are applied. A minus b whole square is a square minus 2ab. 2a is 4, b is root 5 plus b square. Check. A minus b whole square. 4 minus root 5 whole square is a square, 4 square, minus 2ab. 2 is 2 only, a is 4 and b is root 5 plus b square plus root 5 square equal to 4 square is 16. This outside, you know how to multiply. 2 4s are 8. Root 5 will remain as it is. Plus, now you see root 5 square. Root 5 square is 5. Square and square will get cancelled. Now you cannot subtract 16 with 8 because 8 has root 5. Now rational number should be combined with rational number only. Purely rational, purely rational. This is irrational. You cannot do. It has to be left as it is. Now plus 16 plus 5 is plus 21 minus 8 root 5. 21 minus 8 root 5. Like this you can do it. I use identity, no problem. Check the answer. 21 minus 8 root 5. Now let me show you without the identities also you can do, no problem. So I'm just keeping the answer here. So what will I do here? 4 minus root 5 into 4 minus root 5. Why? Because it is square. Square means it's multiplied 2 times. Now 4 in the bracket, 4 will multiply to both. 4 minus root 5 and minus root 5 also will multiply to both. Minus root 5 in the bracket, 4 minus root 5. Now 4 4s are 16 minus 4 root 5. Remember 4 cannot multiply inside. There's a 4. 4 ones are 4 and root 5 as it is. 4 will not go inside, will not become root 20. This is rational number. You multiply with rational only. Minus into plus is minus 5 root 5 into 4. It is 4 root 5. Because see, 1 4s are 4, root 5 as it is. Minus into minus is plus root 5 into root 5 into root 5. It is root 5 into 5. Check. Root and root, same root. Check. 16, see this part. It is minus 4 root 5 minus 4 root 5. Minus 4 root 5 minus 4 root 5 is minus 8 root 5. Because this also root 5, this also root 5. So I can combine. So the minus and minus we add. Minus and minus we add, but the sign is minus. Minus 8 root 5. Multiplication already over. Now we add or we subtract. Now plus root 5 square. 5 into 5, 5 square. Now 16 minus 8 root 5 plus 5. Square and square root. It has a pair, it can come out of the root. Now 16 plus 5, is it not is 21? 16 plus 5 is 21 minus 8 root 5. This is the answer. Same way you can do it. No problem. So this is how you rationalize, how you subtract, how you add. So be careful when you rationalize. So I'll give you a small concept for the next exercise and then we'll wind up for today. This is done with exercise 1E. We are done. Today I'll give you a small concept for rationalization. This is for the next exercise. I am giving you the concept. Rationalization. What is this rationalization? What does it mean? Okay. So let's try to understand what does it mean. Rationalization. Rationalization means, in a very simple language, if you have an irrational number, how to make it to a rational number? That process is called rationalization. The process of converting irrational to rational is called rationalization. Very simple. Suppose I have here okay, I'll give you one example. Just wait. Before that, let me explain you one more thing. Now you see, to rationalize anything, okay, what is rationalize? Rationalize is verb form, rationalization is noun. Noun means the process. The process is called rationalization. Okay, and suppose I ask you to rationalize, means you multiply by some factor. That factor is called what? Rationalizing factor. Okay, now one example I'll show you. 1 by root 7. What is this? This is irrational number. 1 by root 7. As a whole you check. This is irrational number. Now I'll multiply something here. I will just rationalize the denominator. Now I will convert the denominator to rational number. Now check. Numerator is what? Numerator is already rational number. Now denominator you check. Denominator is irrational number. So what will I do now? I'll multiply one factor. Okay. Numerator and the denominator I'll multiply it. So that this denominator will become what? Rational number. Now it is irrational, it will become rational number. So this rationalization is basically used for what? It is used to convert the denominator. It is used to convert the denominator irrational number to rational number. Now check here. This is equal to what? 1 by root 7. I will multiply with root 7 and denominator also root 7. I am rationalizing the denominator. Now why root 7? See, root 7 into root 7 becomes 7. We know that. Now earlier it was root 7. See, we have, when you multiply the denominator, you have to multiply numerator also to balance it. Okay. Now 1 into root 7 is root 7. And root 7 into root 7 is 7. I am not going to do it detail. See, root 7 into root 7 is simply 7. Because it becomes 7 square, 7 comes out of the root. See, now the denominator you check. Denominator now becomes 7. Earlier it was what? Root 7. Now it becomes 7. From irrational to rational. So that process is called rationalization. Okay. So you have to understand what is rationalization. So this factor which I multiplied, this one. Root 7 which I multiplied, this one. The factor which you multiply. Factor means multiply. Which is multiplied is called rationalizing factor. RF, I'll write. RF means rationalizing factor. Okay. So what is the, in brief, what can I say? What is rationalization? Rationalization basically is used to rationalize the denominator. Okay. What? From irrational to rational we are converting. And for that I have to multiply something, both the numerator and denominator. I have to multiply some factor. That factor is called rationalizing factor. Okay. Suppose I have here 2 by 3 root 3. So what is my rationalizing factor here? My rationalizing factor. Tell me. What is my rationalizing factor? Rationalizing factor here will be what? See here, the denominator. Forget about this 3. Concentrate here. This is root 3. So this root 3, I have to make it as rational number. So what I multiply? I multiply a root 3. Denominator also root 3. Forget about this 3. No need. Just concentrate in this irrational. So root 3 here, root 3. So this root 3 is called rationalizing factor. Okay. Now 2 into 3 is 2 root 3. 2 into root 3 is 2 root 3. Now 3 ones are 3 into root 3 into root 3 is another 3. Check. Now this becomes what? 2 root 3 divided by 9. You cannot cancel this 3 and because this is inside root and this is outside. You cannot. It has to be left as it is. This is the answer. This root 3 is called rationalizing factor. Now suppose this is done. Very simple type. One example I'll give you. 1 by 3 plus root 2. Now 1 is a rational number, but denominator as a whole, if you see, it is irrational number. Why? 3 is rational but this root 2 is what? Irrational. It's added, remember, as a whole it is irrational. I have already explained you these things in my earlier videos. Now what is my rationalizing factor? 3 plus root 2. Now my rationalizing factor will be the conjugate. Conjugate means if it is 3 plus root 2, you have to multiply here 3 minus root 2. Here also what? Same. 3 minus root 2. Check. Now you will understand what is happening here. Check here. If there is a plus, here you have to multiply minus, here also. Same. Here whatever you do, here also same. If there is a minus here, plus. Why I'm telling you? 1 into 3 minus root 2 is 3 minus root 2 only. Now you check, in the denominator one identity is forming. A plus B, A minus B is A square minus B square. Check. A plus B, A minus B. When you multiply A plus B into A minus B, is it not A square minus B square? Now numerator same. 3 minus root 2. Denominator becomes what? 9 minus 2. So 3 minus root 2 divided by 7. Because see, root 2 square is 2. We know that. Now you check. Earlier it was irrational number denominator. Now it becomes 7. Which I converted to rational number. So this is called rationalization. So if there is a denominator, what is my rationalizing factor here? My rationalizing factor is this. This is my rationalizing factor. 3 minus root 2. So rationalizing factor of a minus b, rationalizing factor of a minus b is a plus b. Rationalizing factor of a plus b is a minus b. This is my rationalizing factor. Rationalizing factor of a plus b is a minus b. Suppose here I have minus, here plus, here also plus. Same, balancing, no? If you write different, it's not balanced. You are changing the equation. So just remember this one. Very simple things. So these are the small things which you have to take care. Next class I'll start with the exercise. Okay, very important exercise for your exam point of view. I'm going to start in the next class. Try to understand these things. If you don't understand, okay, try to get some examples by yourself and you just see. If you don't understand, please let me know. Okay, one more question before I just wind up. Okay, just rationalize. Question is what? Rationalize. 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 Rationalize means you have to rationalize the denominator, remember. Now, question goes like this. 1 by 8 plus 5 root 2. This is question number 1. And question number 2 is 6 by root 5 plus root 2. Okay, you rationalize this one. Okay, I'll write your minus sign. You rationalize this too. This will be a work. So the answer you just comment me. Thank you.